বিসমিল্লাহির রহমানির রহিম। আজকে আসলে একটা ঐতিহাসিক দিন, আমার দৃষ্টিতে ঐতিহাসিক দিন। এই কারণে আমি বলছি, আমি আসলে আজকে অনেকদিন আমার অপেক্ষা ছিল, আমার নিজের অনেক জানার ইচ্ছা ছিল, আমার অনেক ভাইয়েরা খুব উৎসাহ ছিলেন, তারা জানতে চেয়েছেন ইসলামিক লোন সম্পর্কে, এর খুঁটিনাটি সম্পর্কে। আমি আসলে ভূমিকাটা খুব লম্বা করতে চাচ্ছি না। আমি আজকে পেয়েছি যারা আপনাকে এই প্রশ্নের উত্তরগুলো দিতে পারবেন, তাদেরকে আমি নিয়ে এসেছি, তাদেরকে আমি পরিচয় করে দিতে চাই। এবং আপনাদের এখানে মেবি এটাকে আমি দুটো পার্ট করব, কারণ একটু লম্বা হয়ে যাবে। সো মেবি 15 মিনিটসের একটা সেশন এবং পরবর্তীতে আরেকটা সেশন 15 মিনিটসে করব। আবারও আমি কয়েকটা জিনিস ক্লিয়ার করে নিতে যাচ্ছি। কনভেনশনাল লোন এবং ইসলামিক লোন এর মধ্যে বেসিক যে পার্থক্য, সে পার্থক্যটা তুলে ধরাই হচ্ছে আজকের এই ইউটিউব ভিডিওটি করা। এবং আমি যারা এত দূর থেকে এসছেন, আমাদের সাব্বির শেখ ভাই, হি হ্যাজ কেম ফ্রম মায়ামি, ড্রাইভিং ফর 4.5 hours। আমি ওনাকে বিশেষ করে ধন্যবাদ জানাতে চাই। আমার এক ছোটো ভাই, মর্গেজ কনসালটেন্ট ইকরামুল চৌধুরী, আমি ওনাদের পরিচয় করে দিব এখন। ওনাকে আমি অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। উনি অরল্যান্ডো থেকে এসছেন। আমার আঙ্কেল উনি আছেন, শফিক রহমান সাহেব আঙ্কেল, উনি একজন রিয়েলেটর, ওনাকে আমি পরিচয় করাই দিব। সো আমরা এক মূল সেশনে চলে যাচ্ছি। আপনারা আমাদের সাথে থাকুন, দুটো সেশন আমরা করবো, আমি আপনাদের কোশ্চেন উত্তর দেবো। থ্যাংক ইউ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Walaikum salam rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum. First, I'd like to introduce you, Sabbir Sheikh. He was the Guidance Residential Vice President and Regional Manager of the entire Southeast region of Guidance. He was working for this company, for the same company for last 11 years. And also in working as Islamic brokerage, US brokerage for last 22 years. But I think you're having a 30 years experience, am I right?
Quite a while. Over 20-25 years.
20-25 years.
Industry.
I am really glad. I'm from bottom of my heart. I'm telling you, I am really salute you that whenever Ikram Bhai told you and you just gladly accept. Oh my God!
It's my honor. It's my honor to be here, brother Manjur, and I'm fortunate to be here sitting with you.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
It was a very short notice, but alhamdulillah, we were able to make it.
Definitely. I think there are so many thoughts and so many questions in the mind of the buyer's mindset. We'll definitely satisfy their questions, definitely. Brother Ikramul Bhai, he's a mortgage consultant. He was residing in Dubai for 14 years. He's a graduate from Dhaka, and right now he is living in Kissimmee, Florida. But he's actually living besides us. So he's very, very close to us. His name is Ikramul K. Chaudhary. Brother Ikramul, thank you so much, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me.
And he's Bangladeshi. Banglai bolen bhaiya.
আচ্ছা, সবাইকে আসসালামু আলাইকুম ভিউয়ার্স, আপনাদের সবাইকে সালাম। আর মঞ্জুর ভাইকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ যে আপনি আমাদেরকে এই অনুষ্ঠানের জন্য ইনভাইট করেছেন। এবং ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা চেষ্টা করব যে আমাদের যাদের যা কোয়েশ্চন আছে, কোয়েশ্চনগুলো সলভ করার জন্য ইনশাল্লাহ। এবং অফকোর্স আমরা ওনাদেরকে সার্ভ করতে চাই ইনশাল্লাহ। ইসলামিক শরিয়া প্রোডাক্টের বিষয়ে যে কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকলে ওনারা।
আপনি যখন এই যে বড় ভাইকে বললেন, সাব্বির শেখ ভাইকে, when you introduce him and tell him to come to Tampa, how he react?
Actually, to be very honest, I am really grateful to him as well. এই কারণে যেহেতু আমি যখন ওনাকে বলছি, প্রথমে উনি চিন্তা করছে যে এটা তুমি কি কালকের কথা বলতেছো, মানে আমরা এত শর্ট নোটিশে ছিল, তো উনি বলতেছে যে এত শর্ট নোটিশে বলতেছো। তারপরে আবার কিছুক্ষণে পর বললো আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আমি তাহলে একটু চিন্তা করে নেই, আমি তোমাকে জানাচ্ছি, আর আমি দেখি কি করতে পারি।
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. So I like to আমার আঙ্কেল, আমি বাংলাই বলি, আমার আঙ্কেল এবং আমাদের অনেক শ্রদ্ধেয় শফিক রহমান আঙ্কেল, নামটা কি ঠিক মতো বলতে পারলাম? শফিকুর রহমান। এবং উনি ইসলামিক চিন্তাবিদ। হি ওয়াজ রিসাইডিং ইন ইউএসএ ফর মোর দেন 30 years. Am I right, আঙ্কেল? 22 years. এবং উনি অনেকগুলা রিলিজিয়াস অর্গানাইজেশনের সাথে ওতপ্রোতভাবে জড়িত, উনি বলতে চান না। তো আমিও, আঙ্কেল, ক্যান ইউ লাইক টু টেল সামথিং অ্যাবাউট ইউ?
আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহি ওয়া বারাকাতুহু। আমি আসলে খুব পুরানো রিয়েল এস্টেট না, আমি রিয়েল এস্টেট করছি ওনার সাথে একত্রে ইনশাআল্লাহ, আমাদের সবার সাথে। উনি
রাইট, আমি এটা বলবো, আপনার ব্যাপারটাকে বলে নিন। রাইট,
আজকে যে আয়োজনটা উনি করছেন ওনাকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি, যেন আমরা যে ইসলামিক ফাইন্যান্সিংয়ের ব্যাপারে মানুষের যে সন্দেহগুলো আছে এগুলো আলোচনার মাধ্যমে, যেহেতু এখানে টপ বস আসছেন, আমরা এগুলো আলোচনা করবো, আপনি একটু মন দিয়ে শুনবেন ইনশাআল্লাহ।
আমি আবারও বলি আমার ভিউয়ার্স এবং সবার জন্য, দিস ইজ এ টিম, দিস ইজ এ টিম। একরাম ভাই ইজ দেয়ার ফর লোন অ্যাপ্রুভাল, দোজ হু আর ইন্টারেস্টেড। আরও যদি আপনাদের হিউজ কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে, ইন এনি ফার্দার কোয়েশ্চেন, সাব্বির শেখ brother is here, and my uncle is here. He is a realtor, believe me. And উনি থাকাতে অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমি শক্তি পেয়েছি for take the client for the Islamic loan, because আমার ইসলামিকের যে লোনের ক্ষেত্রে আমার জ্ঞান খুবই সীমিত। আমি আসলে, কারণ মানুষ যে চিন্তা শক্তি নিয়ে, the wisdom in they born and they like to get in the Islam, and সেটা যদি আমি করতে না পারি এবং সেটা যদি কোনো মিস্টেক হয়ে যায়, আমি যাতে ব্লেম না হই, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য রিজন অ্যাকচুয়ালি আই নিড সামবডি। আমি আসলে অনেকদিন ওয়েট করেছি হু উইল হেল্প মি ইন দিস সাইড, এবং আঙ্কেল ইজ দ্য পারসন। এখন চলে যাই সাবের শেখ, দ্য ব্রাদার সাবের শেখ, হাউ ইউ ফিল টুডে?
I'm doing well. Thank God. Thank you for the
We are really glad. We are really glad. We are really glad that we are having you, and we are actually very, very delighted. From Ikram, from Uncle, and for myself, and I'm telling you, we are really delighted.
Thank you so much.
So my first question will just the session will be very, very precise question.
Okay.
And just you like to, because we need to ask so many questions to you. You know, there are so many questions in the mindset in my mind. Okay, and people's mind as well. So if you answer very precisely and very short, that will be good for. So we can ask more questions. Yes.
I'll do my best, inshallah.
Okay. My first question is, what is the basic difference between conventional loan and the Islamic finance or the loan?
The main difference between the Islamic financing and a conventional mortgage deal with interest. Conventional mortgage is deal with interest, lending and borrowing contract. With us, it's not an interest-bearing financing. It's a musharaka based financing. So there is no interest involved in our financing. And
So can I stop you right there?
Sure.
Okay, so you said in the conventional there is interest, and your one is a profit based. Am I right?
Yes.
Loss profit base.
Profit based. So what do you think this profit? So in the conventional loan, the interest rate is fixed for 30 years.
30 or 15 years.
Yes.
30 years to 50 years.
Yeah, 15, 30
years.
yes.
But in your case, if a buyer is interested to get loan from you, is the profit or the whatever the case may be, the percentage is fixed or is variable?
Okay, no, the profit rate, we can offer a variable product as well too, but we can also offer, most of our clients like to take the fixed profit, so we have a 30 years.
How, my question is there again, how you fix the profit? Because every business does not have a static profit every year. How you determine there is a static profit?
Okay, the reason what you are confusing is the benchmarking. We factorize our profit rate, and that profit rate is fixed. Now, are we sharing the loss with the customer? That's a separate question. We do share the loss with the customer, but if I have, let's say for example, let's say I have a grocery store and I sell halal product. I buy the product from the wholesale market and sell in a retail market with the fixed profit of 5% or 10% or 15%. I fix my profit 15% and I sell my product. It does not make the commodity haram or halal, permissible or non-permissible. So have a benchmark of fixed profit does not make a commodity permissible or non-permissible like a halal or haram. So what you are asking is something else, that how can you just take in the profit? No, we're not just taking the profit, we also share the loss with you. If there is a loss in the transaction which is beyond the customer's control, we take this loss and we walk away with this loss. We share the risk with the customer. If there's a risk with the customer in this property, God forbid something happened which is beyond your control, eminent domain, government come and took over the property, wants to do something for the public, airport or park or something like this, or something happened, state of Florida, hurricane comes, calamities happen. If something beyond your control happened to the property, you lost the property, you lost anything in the property, we take the loss and we walk away. Unlike the lender will not take the loss. Lender will not walk away from this loss. So that's the difference between us. and the regular conventional bank?
Okay, I have very, very definite questions. You know, I closed some property before, and I see that in the conventional loan process, within a month or maybe within 2 months, they actually transfer the whole file to the secondary market. They actually sell the buyer to the new agency, new, bigger banks and all this. Okay, so what is, how you actually deal this secondary market?
Okay.
Do you sell the buyer to some bigger companies, or you just keep them in your primary loan or the mortgage term?
Okay.
How can you handle the issue?
Okay. Well, that's a very good question, by the way. What regular conventional market does, basically, they go and sell their product. Now, I'm not aware, I'm not 100% sure if they sell to a bigger lender in a regular conventional market, but what we do, I can tell you what we do.
Okay.
We actually have a commitment with back-end investors, which is Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Those are government entities, and they also invest in our portfolio. So basically what we do, when we sign a co-ownership agreement with you, we sell our rights to collect the profit from that transaction, and that's what we sell. Our co-ownership agreement stays with our customer. Our company, Guidance Residential, we created LLC, and that LLC and the customer will stay the co-owners for the rest of the term of the contract, unless customer wants to come and buy us out and they wants to take over the entire property, which is perfectly fine. But to answer your question in a short, is we do sell our product, we do sell our contract to secondary market, Freddie and Fannie only, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae only, and they also agreed to purchase our contract, which is different than the bank, which is declining balance co-ownership agreement. So that's what they agreed to us, and that's how we do our financing.
So ownership, the partnership is remaining to you. This is subsidiary.
The co-ownership, yes.
Yes.
The co-ownership stays the same with us till you buy us out 100% or till the term ends, which is 30 years, 15 years.
You sell to them and you get the finance from them to buy, to invest the other customers.
Yes, what we do, we sell the rights of collecting the profit from that transaction.
Okay.
That's what we sell, so we can liquidate those things. Again, it's not of lending and borrowing. It's completely buying and selling. Lending and borrowing can be done only on Qarz Hasna. You know, buying and selling can be done on a profit.
They cannot transfer this property to any other company.
No, sir.
Yes.
No. Freddie and Fannie, yes. We don't transfer.
Question to you, subsequent question to you. Because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac actually, they are actually governed and ruled and run by the interest rate. How you differentiate, because you, as you said, the secondary market, when you hand over the project, hand over the buyer to someone else, you follow the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guideline.
Yes.
So how you actually the process, you combine the whole process in the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mae in the Islamic rule?
Okay. Well, it's very simple. Look, the guidelines for the lenders are the same for everybody, whether it's a conventional mortgage or a regular Islamic financing, right? The guidelines for the lenders, for the investors are the same. So we follow the same process. I'm not saying that we don't check the credit and we don't verify the income, we don't verify the down payment. Just like a conventional mortgage, we verify everything, just like you buying a property through a bank. Now, what makes us different is we don't charge you, we don't lend you the money. Our relationship is different than the lender. We're not a lender, we are a co-owner with you. So it comes with a different, higher responsibilities. We also share the loss with you. That's why we are different than the bank. Now, as far as the pricing wise, our pricing was pretty much same. We have to benchmark our pricing, what the banks are offering you, otherwise nobody will buy it from us. If we like to collect a profit of 10% or 15%, where the market is saying 6.5% to 7% or 7.5%, we have to benchmark ourselves with the same profit rate, whatever is going in the conventional market as well too. That's how we benchmark our pricing, and that's how we do our business. But as far as the guidelines, as far as the process, it's pretty much the same.
May I ask very critical questions?
No, absolutely. You're asking me the question which which I've been asked many times.
Many times.
Yes.
I know that. Because these are the questions of the mindset of the buyers.
Yes.
So I need to ask this question. So the documentation, do you think, is there any, you know, that in the normal conventional loan, they are asking, suppose tax file, blah, 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 the social security, they check up, they see the bank statement and all this. There are some 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 documents that is the traditional system. So is there any basic difference between your filing or documentation than other conventional loan procedure?
No, process is the same. You can answer. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Yeah, basically what happened, like for the traditional conventional financing and for the Islamic financing, it's pretty much same as Brother Sabir said. Like, you know, for 2 years tax return, W2, the ID copy of customer, bank statements, that's all. It's the same, pretty much similar. I mean, like this, you can say almost same.
Suppose you have a customer who has a convenience store and who shows interest in his business, how you deal with that client?
I mean, like the capital gain.
No, if the customer declaring any income, any interest income, and if it's coming for 2 years, we can use that income. It's not what income, what source of income he's getting. We concern about what is the income he's coming. What is the income driving from? We look at the income. What's the income coming? As long as it verifies last 2 years of income, we can use that income.
So if the income as interest or whatever the case may be,
yes,
you don't have any doubt or you have no barrier, use that fund.
Has nothing to do with us because that's his income. That's between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where his income is coming. He's coming to us to do a right transaction. We're not gonna tell him that, hey, we're not going to finance you because your income is coming from non-permissible source. So that's between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You are doing business for this area for last 11 years in Florida?
I'm in home financing for 11 years.
11 years. How is the journey?
How is the journey?
How is your journey in this Islamic?
My journey is very difficult. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's an easy journey. It's a complicated journey because sometimes you have to convince people and explain them. Some people do understand, alhamdulillah. Some people they don't accept this thing. They don't agree on this thing.
What is the critical question to you?
Well, most of the time people tell me, end of the day, I'm not saving any money. And I tell them, look, I'm not here to tell you that I'm the cheapest one. And I'm not here to tell you I'm the most expensive one. It's not how much it's costing you, it's how it's costing you. The end result could be the same. Most of the time, we all, including myself, I was confused because I look at the end result. Okay, end of the day, I'm going to pay that much money to the bank. So I'm not saving any money. So it's not about saving or it's not about paying extra money. It's about the process which has permitted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do certain things certain way and do not do certain thing in certain way. That's what the process is about. So my rejection most of the time is when people come to us, they're expecting that, oh, Islamic financing, so it's probably cheaper, or it's probably expensive, or it's going to be different. I'm not going to pay thousands of dollars interest to the bank, but I'm probably going to pay very less money to them. End of the day, pretty much, I'm not gonna lie to you. I cannot lie to you. End of the day, it's pretty much the same cost what the banks are charging you. The idea is how to get the process done. That's the whole idea. This transaction has been facilitated for us living in USA in a halal way without compromising our faith and owning an American dream, providing a shelter to our family. That's the whole idea.
Yeah, that's really great. How the business progressing in this area?
Alhamdulillah, my business has been progressing. I'm not going to say it's pretty much double than when I started. It's actually more than double.
Is it 11 years it is double or?
Triple, actually triple. Okay. 11 years, I don't...
In the first year, how much closing it?
Well, first year, it's very hard to say how many...
It's abruptly, approximately.
I would say my starting year, I probably did about 40 closings in a year. 35, 40 closings in a year.
Okay, right
but
now?
Alhamdulillah, right now I don't have the numbers in front of me. In my top of my head, I would say I've been doing about, for my entire Southeast region, I've been doing about 300 transactions, 300 to 400 transactions a year.
300, 400 transactions. Yes. How many agents you have working in this area?
Right now have 7 full-times.
7 full times.
7 full times.
He's in working in Orlando. Is there anybody in Tampa area?
I have one gentleman named Umar Jasser. He recently moved from New Jersey. He's also in Tampa. He's mashallah. He's an Arab speaking.
Arabic speaking.
Yeah, he's also.
Okay.
I would suggest first and foremost for the people who are self-employed, have a proper CPA. Do your account filing, tax filing, and don't be afraid to show your income, declare your income, because first and foremost, this is by law, we have to declare our income.
Okay.
And you show the proper income, and I don't see a reason that you not. There's a regional difference. It's just a mindset of people. You know,
Mindset of people.
Mindset of people is just if they don't have to declare, they don't have to they need to declare, because once they declare, they have to pay taxes on that. And it basically, in the long run, they're shooting their own foot, because they're not going to qualify. Remember one thing, when you are, alhamdulillah, making a good decent amount of income, obviously you wanted to spend that money on your family. You wanted to spend that money on your house, right? So in order for you to qualify for a decent house, you have to show a decent amount of income. I can give you a very simple formula where you don't have to be a mortgage consultant to qualify yourself. You can go to Google, you can download a mortgage calculator, right? You know what's the interest going rate nowadays. Let's say you wanted to do a 40-year, or you want to do a $400,000 financing, right? So $400,000 financing, you plug in the numbers, 30 years amortization, whatever the today's market rate, let's say 7.5, right? Put 7.5% of interest or profit rate, and you calculate the principal and interest payment, PI. In a mortgage terms called PI. Now taxes and insurance, you can always look at the county record. So what you need to do, basically, you add the entire equation, your profit acquisition or your principal and interest, your taxes and insurance and HOA of the property. Let's say everything comes up to $400, or sorry, $4,000. Now, do you have any other liabilities as far as the credit card payments or car payments? If I pull your credit today, am I going to see any car payment? Am I going to see any student loan? Am I going to see any credit card payments and stuff? So let's say all those things come up to $500. So your total liability, including your the house you're trying to purchase, is $4,500, right?
Yes.
So your income should be $10,000. If your income is $10,000, you qualify up to $4,500 worth of liabilities. Simple rule of thumb. We can extend up to 48, 49%, but we need to make sure the credit is excellent. We need to make sure the customer is putting a 20% down payment and stuff, because sometimes the file can be denied for any one of the reasons. But 45% debt to income ratio is pretty comfortable. So as long as your total expenses, including your proposed home financing, proposed financing, if it comes up to 45% of your income, then you should be fine.
Another question is that, is there any contradictory issue regarding the tax showing and the Islamic? If somebody showed taxes, I think this is support Islam, am I right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right.
You're not breaking the laws of the land.
Laws of the land. Okay, number one. Number two, people are actually very, they are hesitating to maintain their their cash in the bank. They're very interested to keep cash in their pocket. What is your opinion on that?
Okay.
Am I right? Wait, Ikram, are you facing this problem?
Yes, we do.
We do actually. If you allow me, then I can explain for our community, especially.
They think that the bank will take the money. What is the reason? Why the mindset is like that?
Yeah, basically that is again is coming for the tax purpose.
Okay.
That is my opinion. What do you think? Like because of the
could be various reasons.
Yeah, could be various reasons, but most of the time they don't wanna show their actual the tax return. So that's why they wanna keep this from the bank when they.
But do you have any example or instant the government take money from the bank?
No.
In your whole career? No. Uncle, did you hurt anybody?
No, I did. My
then why people are hesitating to keep money in the bank?
No.
This is actually my question. Why people hesitate?
This is happening to our subcontinental people. American people don't hide their income. You know,
No. Suppose
enjoy
Uncle,
the,
just one question. Suppose somebody gift me cash $10,000 to me. Suppose I keep it in my bank. What is the problem?
No, problem is that they might ask how you got the money. Source of money,
of the fund.
source of money, and they are not enjoying the other facilities from the county or government. You know, that's the problem. That's why they're not
one key point.
Yeah,
There's a various reason people. Sometimes people, what Uncle just mentioned, is something very different and very unique.
Okay.
People coming from different countries, different part of the world. The banking system, the government system is not as liberal as is here, or not as secure as is here. People do not trust those entities. You know, they grew up seeing,
They don't trust on the banks.
they don't trust on government, they don't trust on the entities. So that's why it's a human psychology. Okay, I'd rather keep the money in my pocket, I'd rather keep the money under my pillow, right? And I feel more secure, I feel more peaceful in this way. So that's one of the reasons.
That is the most difficult part, to close the property when the money is not in the bank,
Yes.
in their pocket.
Especially in
Am I right?
terms of down payment. In terms of
Especially the down
they are facing a issue, especially they cannot manage.
Okay, I'll ask one question regarding the gift money management in Islamic finance. Suppose I just closed one property in conventional loan. The last month I just closed. He has only $10,000 in his pocket, and the rest of the money he take gift from his parents and his other relatives, close relatives. So how in the Islamic finance, how you handle the issue?
Basically, is
The same matter?
rules remain the same for the Islamic as well. It has to be from the close relative,
Yeah,
not from the friend.
Parents or close relative can give a gift to it.
But in the FHA loan, did you check the gift borrowers 1 month bank statement? How you who is giving
Donor.
gift?
No,
Donor
we don't ask the donors.
actually.
or FHA or conventional? You don't see both the time.
Well, we don't do FHA. I don't know about the FHA guidelines. Our financing is pretty much similar to conventional guidelines.
So in the Islamic loan, you don't do FHA.
No, we don't have the FHA.
Why you don't do FHA?
Because FHA is a different kind of financing and does not abide the co-ownership agreement which we can do, which we offer. So that's why VA and FHA loans we cannot do it.
তার মানে আমি যদি বাংলায় বলি, একরাম ভাই আপনার কাছে, I'm just asking. That means আপনারা FHA বা ফার্স্ট বায়ার হোমটা আপনারা করেন না, যার ফলে আপনারা হয়তো বা 3.5% ডাউন পেমেন্ট হয়তো বা দিতে পারবেন না। What is the lowest amount you can give the down payment?
3%.
3% in conventional loan even?
In conventional financing, there's a program called Home One.
Home one and
Home One we can do as low.
Okay.
Well, again, depends on the customer's income and
Income and
credit.
everything.
and also for the home possible.
Home possible is 5%. Now remember one thing, in FHA you're paying 3.5%.
Right.
But at the same time you're paying minimum of 1%. If I'm not mistaken, 1.5% you're paying a PMI funding. That money going towards the PMI funding towards the closing costs. It's a one-time fee you're paying it. So you rather do a 5%
Payment.
5% down payment towards your property than 3.5% down payment towards the property and 1.5 or 1% towards the PMI funding. You're paying almost 4.5-5% anyway.
But in your context,
Yes.
do you think the FHA is good or conventional is
Well,
good?
in our obviously I'm going to say Islamic financing is, because I don't want to deal with interest. I don't deal with interest. I don't sell interest. I don't buy interest. I don't deal with interest, right? So for me, Islamic financing is it's the only option.
And in conventional way.
And in conventional, Islamic financing, our program is pretty much mirror to conventional.
Mirror to conventional.
Yes.
There is no difference
There
between
is no-
conventional
The only
device.
difference is the only advantage going with us, we share the losses. Our late payments are capped. We don't charge you any extra money if you miss a payment.
Okay.
Just like a lender will charge you 1.5% typically on a missing your payment. We don't charge any profit on a profit. We only charge you administrative fee, which everybody charges, $50 of our administration fees. For somebody to contact you, somebody to remind you, somebody to call you or email you or mail you that, hey, your payment is missing. That's the only fee we charge. We don't charge you any extra money on top of that.
Uncle,
Banks will charge you.
Uncle, do you have any specific question?
সেটা হলো যে you say you don't charge interest on interest, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the
We don't charge profit on profit.
Compounding interest.
Yes. That is another thing. Do you finance for purchasing vacant land, or if anyone purchases the land, you finance for the building the houses?
That's a very good question. People ask me all the time. For a vacant land, we can't. For a construction loan, we can't. Our product is only for a single family or a multi-family as well too, or investment property. You can do it, but it has to have a dwelling on it.
Yeah.
The construction loan is basically typical lending and borrowing. Bless you.
If they finance, say 50% or 25%.
There is an interest in this. This is an interest-bearing financing, lending and borrowing. So we don't do any. Yes, we can do a new construction loan. We can do a national builder. You go to Lennar, you go to Pulte Home, and you went and put a 5% down payment or 10% down payment, and you sign a contract with them. You give it to us, and we will process your application. And when the builder is ready to close, we'll facilitate the financing for you, and you can do this. But construction loan, we cannot do it.
But that means at the time of closing you can help, but not from the very beginning.
Yes, if you find a contractor,
Okay.
if you find a contractor who's going to build the house for you,
Okay.
and then you pay him the entire lump sum money, we can do this.
Okay.
Right? Just like a builder. Builder, you charge a 5% from you. Builder owns the land, right? Builder charge a 5%, 10% from you, and they build the house. And when the house is ready, you close it. We can do this thing.
So we are actually in the end of the session.
Okay.
So we already have 35 minutes.
Oh,
My God, yeah.
Another question.
Uncle, yeah, please.
Conventional loan, there is a percentage, right? Say 10%, 5%, 6%. But you guidance, Islamic finance also the same percentage. So people are always confused. The conventional and Islamic financing is percentage. So they don't like to do that. Why you don't do the percentage?
Okay. Well, it's a very good question. Uncle asking me a question that why we are charging you in a percentage. A percentage?
Means closing cost?
Yes. No, not the closing cost.
No. He's talking about the profit rate.
Oh, profit rate.
Yes, profit rate. We charge you whatever the market rate is.
Market
It's gonna
rate
have
is.
7% profit rate.
As per Fed.
Now,
Fed.
Yes. Now the profit rate can be a fixed profit rate. Does not make it permissible or not permissible or haram or halal. Right? What is the process that makes it halal or haram? We have to benchmark our pricing. We have to benchmark our pricing whatever is going rate in the market. So I know a lot of time people get confused that, oh, Shabir, you charging us a fixed profit. Yes, absolutely. Look, I can give you many examples that why we charge you a fixed profit. I can have a business where I buy merchandise on a wholesale price and put a fixed 5%, 10% profit, and I sell it in a retail market. That does not make anything non-permissible for me. So percentage is basically a unit to measure. Has nothing to do the permissible and non-permissible. I don't like to use the word halal or haram because I'm not a scholar. I don't have an authority to call something halal or haram.
But it becomes same, almost same.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Look, end of the day, people get confused that end result is the same because I'm paying the same money. I'm paying pretty much same cost. Yes, you're absolutely right, but one is permissible by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and one is not permissible by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? That's the difference. The profit is permissible. To take a profit on a transaction, whether it's a fixed profit or variable profit, is permissible. Now, lending something and collect a profit, that's not permissible because that's interest. On a commodity, certain commodities, I know on top of my head, I know silver, I know gold, I know hops, barley,
and all this.
Yeah, so certain commodities, has to be sold in the market, not just an exchange to commodity to commodity.
No, I was actually asking you the other time that this is the product, right?
Yes.
This market price is $1.
Okay.
Okay, I want to pay you 1 month later. See, it could be there is an agreement with me and you that I can pay you $1.5, right?
Okay.
So the conventional loans they asking for $2. Okay. So there should be a difference. There should be a difference. Their they are not giving me $1 and $5, $1.5.
Understand.
Okay, so why should your percentage, rate of percentage, and their percentage should be same?
Well, otherwise people will not come to us. If we charge the actual profit which we are supposed to charge, our profit rate will be 15%, 10%. People will not come to us. So that's why we have to cap our profit rate, whatever the going market rate. So profit rate will be the same what you're paying in the market, but end of the day, our relationship with you is different, and that relationship comes with different responsibilities. Unlike a lender, we share the loss with you. It's a non-recourse contract. If there is something happen, we take the loss and we walk away. We don't file a deficiency judgment against you. That's the difference between us and the bank.
Okay.
Pricing is pretty much same. Closing cost is pretty much same. The process of financing, the documentation, pretty much everything is same. End of the day, the relationship makes a difference.
You can close a property within 30 days?
Yeah, I have closed the property in 15 calendar days.
50 calendar days?
Yes, 15 calendar. Customer has to be ready. Customer has to provide me all the document. I rush the appraisal. At that time, before COVID, rush appraisal can be done in 3 days. Now it takes some time. So I've done the property in 15 days. And yes, 30 days cycle is pretty normal cycle.
What is your best suggestion for our buyers?
Okay, documents.
Documents.
So if someone paid 20% down payment, 20% down payment, do you charge a lot of papers for that?
The document requirement is same for everybody, whether it's a 5% down payment, 3% down payment, or 20% down, or 40% down payment.
Okay, you have less risk for the 20%.
Yeah, the risk is less. The profit rate will be much better versus to.
But the process is same.
The process is same.
Whether you pay 80% or whether you pay 20%.
The process is same. The guidelines are same. Even for myself.
Some buyers are telling, I'll pay 40%. Why the documents are very tight?
Hey, you still want the 60% from somebody else.
Right. So, can you say something to our buyers, why they will come with us and how the facility they will get from you?
Well, first and foremost, I would say that the biggest value for me is not to compromising our faith, not to compromising with our deen. At the day of judgment, inshallah, we all will rise with the peace in mind that we did not compromise our faith, right? I provide a shelter to my family, alhamdulillah, living in USA in an Islamic way, first and foremost. Second thing, I would say you will get to meet us, and we will provide you the best of the best customer service, which you will be delightful, inshallah. Now, again, the guidelines are the same. So please, when you come to us, don't expect that, oh, Shabir Bhai or Ikram Bhai will let me, work on something else. No, this is same. We cannot change it. This is a liability on us, right? So the guidelines will be the same. If you need any help, you can give us a call. We can help you. Ikram can help you and explain you, handhold you and guide you that you will be ready in next 6 months, or maybe you're ready right now to purchase a property. So we can help you. We can help you start the process. We will want to make sure we facilitate a delightful experience for you. And believe me, there is no question is going to bother me, because I've been asked many questions. I've been accused many times. But hey, end of the day, I understand the product. It took me a while, honestly. It took me a while to understand the product. It's not that simple and easy what I'm just telling you right now. Obviously, you will have questions keep coming in your mind, and end of the day, it will make sense.
And we'll decide to do a seminar maybe after Eid, and we'll try our level best. Brother Sabbir Sheikh and Ikramul K. Chaudhary, Ikram Bhai, brother, you are the main mitochondria of the whole thing. And thank you, uncle, to visit us. And I'm very delighted, and hopefully we can do something together. Am I right? I am hopeful. So thank you so much, and from core of our heart,
Thank you so much.
from core of our heart, by the grace of Almighty and Allah.
It's our pleasure. আপনাকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ আমাদেরকে ডাকার জন্য. We're really happy to be here. So inshallah,
We'll do something together.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You know, for me, 5 hours driving and going back 5 hours.
Oh my God.
It's well worth it if I can convince, if I can save one person from riba. It's priceless. That's how I look at it.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you
the
very
only
much.
reason for me to come all the way here to, if I have an opportunity to explain people, I'll be more than happy to do this.
Thank you so
and
much.
I'll be more than happy to do it again for you.
Thank you so much. There are so many because এই টেম্পা এরিয়ায়, অরল্যান্ডো এরিয়া, এই সমস্ত এলাকায় এবং আমি আবার একটু বাংলায় বলি উইথ পারমিশন ফ্রম সাবির ভাই, অনেক গ্রাহক আছেন বিভিন্ন জায়গার, যারা দেশের ইউএসএ বিভিন্ন প্রান্তে থাকেন, তারা এখানে আসতে চাচ্ছেন এবং ইসলামিক লোনেই কিনতে চাচ্ছেন। তাদের জন্য আপনারা একটা বিরাট সহায়তার দ্বার খুলে দিতে পারেন এবং আমরা শুধু তাদেরকে আপনাদের কাছে শুধু হস্তান্তরই করব না, তারা বেস্ট সাপোর্ট পাবে, এটা আমরা বিশ্বাস করি। এবং তাদের মনের মধ্যে অনেক কোশ্চেন আছে, খুঁটিনাটি অনেক কিছু তারা জানতে চান। আমাদের জ্ঞান খুবই সীমিত, আমরা সেই কোশ্চেনগুলোর উত্তর আমরা দিতেও চাই না, কারণ আমাদের ভুল হবে। We'll make mistake or don't want to make any mistake. So we'll just hand over to you and you will answer your questions. If they will happy, they'll go move forward. Am I right, Uncle? Because there are আসলে জ্ঞানের কোনো সীমাবদ্ধতা নাই, জ্ঞানের কোনো সীমারেখাও নাই। Knowledge has no barriers and knowledge has no limits. Every day I'm learning so many things. So and same to everybody, I think. So definitely we'll learn something. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.